guest was a star player and manager for the Kansas City Monarchs and the first black coach in Major League Baseball. Please welcome a true baseball pioneer, Buck O'Neil. Buck. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. I don't mean to embarrass you. Do you mind if I ask how old a man you are, sir?
84.
84 years old.
No, I'm 86.
86 years old.
I forgot a few years. I'm 86.
86. And you started playing baseball at what age? How old a man were you? How old a kid were you?
12.
12?
12 years old.
Now, how does that happen? Because in 12 years old, now kids are playing, Little League baseball.
Oh, well, and
school
my
ball.
daddy was a baseball player, and I followed them around, watching them play, and I always had good hands, see. And the old men would throw me the ball, and I would catch it, and I was a ham, I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Where were you when you started playing professional baseball?
Carabel, Florida. Oh, professional?
Yeah.
Oh, professionally, I'm with the the Memphis Red Sox.
And how did that, this is when you were 12?
No, well, you said professionally.
Well, you started playing professional baseball when you were 12.
No. No, I started playing professional baseball with the Memphis Red Sox.
I see. How old were you then?
I got to be 23.
Oh, I see. Well, I got it all screwed up then. I'm
That's
sorry.
all right.
I thought you started playing professional ball when you were 12. Well, no wonder.
No, I wasn't that good. But I was good.
Yeah. And were you recruited by the team? Did they scout you? How did they know about you?
Well, and, I played all over the country before I got to the Kansas City Monarchs. But I played with a team in Shreveport, Louisiana, the Shreveport Academy Giants, and they were like a farm team to the Monarchs. So the Monarchs trained the next spring in Shreveport, and I was on that team. So they saw me, they liked me, and said, "We're gonna give you a job.
Let's go. Let's play."
Yeah.
Now, this was in the years of the Negro Leagues.
That's right.
And they existed simultaneously with the Major Leagues, which did not allow white players in those days. And they had like 10 teams, 12 teams, played all over the country.
Well, 8 teams in the Negro American League, 8 teams in the Negro National League.
And what was the quality of play? I mean, how did if a Negro League team would play like the New York Yankees, how would that go in those days?
Well, on my day, when we played the New York Yankees today, I think we might have beaten them.
Really?
And we played that day. We know we played Major League All-Stars. We won the majority of the games from the Major League All-Stars. But it wasn't that we were better than the Major League All-Stars, but the fact is the Major League All-Stars were actually just making a payday. But we had to prove, we were trying to prove to the world that they weren't superior because they were white.
Right.
And we weren't inferior because we were black.
Yeah.
We had a point to prove, so we would stretch that single into a double, that double into a triple, that triple into a home run.
Did you, tell us about Jackie Robinson.
Ooh, outstanding individual. And Jackie was so different than we were because we were acclimated to segregation. But now Jackie came to the Monarchs in 1945. We'd been going to a filling station in Oklahoma for 20 years, the Monarchs. We'd never gone to the restroom because on the door it said for white men only. So Jackie's there, and we played that night in this town, and the next day, we go to the filling station to get some gas. The man put the hose in the tank, said, "Oh, you boys were wonderful as usual. They filled the park up. Good to see you." Jackie got off the bus, started walking to the restroom. He said, "Boy, where you going?" I said, "I'm going to the restroom." He said, "Boy, you know you can't go to that restroom." Jackie said, "Take the hose out the tank." Now, the man thought then, because we got a 50-gallon tank on this side. We got a 50-gallon tank on that other side. He's not going to sell that much gas, to one customer until we got back there again. You know what he said? "You boys can go to the restroom, but don't stay long."
Comes down to economics a lot of times, doesn't it?
Of course. But the gist of that story is this. From that day on, we never got gas at the station. We couldn't go to the restroom. Yeah. We never played in a town that they didn't have a place for us to stay and to eat. Jackie said, "Listen, you're playing, you're making money for these people. This is a capitalistic society. You don't have to take these things." Thank you, Jackie.
It's hard to imagine, isn't it? It must be very difficult to imagine or to even pretend to imagine what that was like before Jackie Robinson came to the major leagues and the struggle that was his and everybody's really in the sport during the time that the transition was being handled. But I guess we'll never see anything like that again, thank God.
See, when Branch Rickey signed Jackie Robinson to that contract, that was the beginning of the modern-day civil rights movement. That was before Brown versus Topeka. Martin Luther King was a sophomore at Morehouse at the time. Miss Rosa Parks hadn't, decided not to get off that bus. That was the beginning of the modern-day civil rights movement.
And as a man who was making his living playing ball in the Negro Leagues at the time, did you think that was being done the right way? Were you happy? Were you pleased with how that was being facilitated? Did that satisfy you more or less?
Oh, yes. Oh, man, it made all of us feel good because, listen, when Ruth Foster organized the Negro Leagues in 1920, he was thinking during that period that the American League would take a black team, and the National League would take a black team. This is what he was thinking. He was thinking this in 1920. So now it's finally happening in 1947. Yeah. But hallelujah, it's finally happening.
There's hope for everybody. Yeah. And you have the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum in Kansas City, Missouri. And what is you're the founder, you're the curator, what do you do there?
Well, and right now I'm the chairman of the board.
Chairman of the board.
Because I'm old. See, they put an old man. Chairman. I'm the chairman of the board.
And it's open to the public, and when they're in Kansas City for a ball game or whatever, they should drop by.
You got to come, and it's amazing the people coming, the Major League Baseball players.
Yeah.
When they come to Kansas City, they want to see the museum. Come on, Buck, take me to the museum. It's wonderful.
What do you think of guys playing today? Is there anybody you see playing today that kind of reminds you of you or the fellows you played with?
Ken Griffey, yeah.
He could play, yeah.
Ken Griffey can play. A lot of guys. One thing about it is, people are saying, now, since I'm an old man, they say, well, you think that they couldn't play like we play. What do you mean? They're better. You understand what I mean? They're bigger, they're quicker, they're faster. Yes. The only difference is this. The difference in my era, the best athlete in the world played baseball. The best white athlete in the world played Major League Baseball. The best black athlete in the world played Negro League Baseball, for the simple reason that football, basketball was more or less college sports.
Right. Baseball then
and to make a living professionally, you played baseball, so we had to pick it.
That was the showcase.
This supply, the supply was actually greater than the demand. It's just the opposite now. The demand is greater than the supply. We can't get enough good ball players.
It's a great pleasure to meet you, and I hope to come see your museum one day.
Please do.
Thank you very much, Buck. Buck O'Neill, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with Lenny Kravitz.